Is it animal cruelty?
Well, it's animal production.
Uh-huh.
So you'll be fine if you think that standard methods is cruelty or not. And the reason why we're standing here is not to point fingers at people who eat these kinds of things. It's just to remind people they are actually individuals. Our main goal here is to see what you think about this.
Yeah.
If you have some thoughts, maybe you'd like to share them with us.
I've actually seen a lot of, or my sister's a vegan.
Okay.
So she's exposed me to a lot of
These kinds of photos.
these
Okay.
kinds of things.
Yeah.
And we discuss a lot about the choice to kind of turn off that thought process in your brain. Like you can kind of choose not to think about it. Like
yeah, sure.
especially the way it's presented to us in supermarkets. And I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I definitely think I'm guilty of that for the practical sake of it.
Okay.
Because I obviously don't want animals to be treated like this. This is terrible, right? Like this is awful, but
You still consume it.
I still consume it,
Yeah.
and I still
So this is the kind of double standards that most
right.
people have, you know.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
you're not
exactly.
alone about this. I mean, nobody wants animals to suffer.
yeah,
Nobody
yeah,
wants that.
Right.
So we're all even. Well, that's what everybody who's walking past here thinks.
right.
We all agree on this.
Yeah,
So the question then becomes, what can I do to change that? And then most people will do the same as you. Well, I can just shut my ears and shut my eyes and just go along and do what I've always done.
yeah,
And that's kind of like the double standards we all face in our own
Yeah.
lives. There are things that we can do though.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
we can choose to gradually try new things
Yeah,
that are
yeah.
more animal friendly.
Right.
Or we can do as your sister and become vegan,
Yeah.
and then you kind of know that you don't contribute to this in any way.
Right.
Like you have to see what the animals go through, and try to put yourself in their position. Like if you try to feel living in these conditions, and try to feel that on yourself, there's nobody who would say, I want this to happen.
Yeah. Like I grew up on a small farm,
Yeah?
so we would only meat what we have animals. Yeah, it's good to somehow be aware and to think what I can do differently and what
Yeah.
consider what are you buying.
Yeah.
But still somehow somehow I'm swallowed by this consuming things
If you live a happy life, or if the animal lives a happy life, you think it's okay to kill it to eat it then?
yeah I am yeah.
Okay. And why is that okay?
I think that God created them to so we can have food and yeah.
But did he?
Yeah.
Are you Christian?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you read the Bible?
Yeah.
What does it say? It says in the first Genesis.
Yeah, like
It says he created all the greens and all the vegetables and everything that grows out of the earth.
yeah,
for us to
then
eat.
after
After
in
sin,
some
yeah, with sin,
Yeah.
then we can eat. But then in heaven again, we're supposed to be vegans. It
But
says so
yeah.
in the book of Josiah. It says when you enter the kingdom of God, nobody will hurt anyone. The lion will sleep next to the lamb, and everybody will be living in peace because they're filled with the glory of God. So that means basically that God's ideal is veganism, which is quite interesting.
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. He says that we can eat animals here on this planet because we have to. And that we had to until 1972 when we discovered how to make B12. Now we don't have to anymore, so now it's a choice, and it was a moral choice. So now we come to the point where we can say, well, I can choose to kill, or I can choose not to kill. And if you think about it, like, okay, so God is all powerful and He loves us all. What do you think He would say? Do you think He would say, well, just go ahead, kill? Or do you think He would say, thou shalt not kill?
I think there's a huge distinction between humans and animals in the
Okay.
Bible as well.
Oh yeah,
and
sure. But if you put the devil and Jesus in one room, and there's a lamb and there's a knife, who of them would kill the lamb? Would Jesus kill it?
I believe that Jesus did probably consume animal products
Okay,
while
yeah.
on Earth.
Yeah, well, during
I
that
can't
time you
say
had
anything.
to.
Yeah.
During that time you had to. But right now, if you had a room and there's a lamb in the room, let's say one of them has to kill it. Who do you think would do it? most people would agree that probably Jesus wouldn't. Probably.
Probably, but I don't. Yeah, but more because I don't think he needs to eat. Does that make sense? Like I don't know. Like I don't know. If,
Well, he
like,
ate when he was here.
Yeah, right,
yeah.
but not anymore.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So
like,
you okay? But it's, I think it says
this is
in
taking
the
a super interesting turn.
yeah.
Very, very,
But it's, I think it says in the Bible, in heaven we eat.
yeah.
So it would be logical to assume that Jesus probably eats. Maybe God as well.
Okay.
Maybe he doesn't need to, but maybe we won't need to either because there's
Yeah.
no death in heaven, so we don't have to die.
Right.
But eating is quite a good thing.
Right.
So let's assume then that he eats,
Yeah.
and that he's you have fruits
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of vegetables and grains and legumes and everything on the table, and you have a lamb that you have to kill before you eat it. So then Jesus here is walking around, sha-la-la-la-la, and I'm hungry. Do you think he will kill the animal to fry it up and eat it, or do you think he'll fuck it, you can live, I'll eat the fruits?
Probably the fruits. I would guess, but I have no merit for that reasoning.
No,
at all.
sure.
I have no. That's just a guess.
Yeah.
Out
Well,
of my own
except the fact that it says in the Bible that the lamb and the lion will sleep next to each other. Nobody will hurt anyone.
Yeah. If it really had been important, he would have clarified that very. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but sure. But the Bible was written 2,000 years ago, most of it at least. Back then, we had to eat animals.
Right.
There, we had no mass production. We had no monocrops. We had there's a lot of things that have changed back then. I mean, that would be like saying, if God wanted us to use cell phones, He would write something about that in the Bible.
Right.
You know, and He doesn't. So
Right.
so basically, we can't find all the answers in the Bible, but there is quite clear distinctions that we should treat animals with respect.
Right.
And what we do to animals in today's production, do you think that's respectful to the animals?
No, but kind of like what you were talking
Yeah.
about, the small farm. It's not necessarily the eating that's bad. Not I don't know, but it's the way that you treat the animals,
yeah.
right? Like
If you boil it down to, you can choose to eat it, or to choose alternatives that doesn't require killing.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
ones do you think is more logically and morally probable that he would say now?
I
today's
really
society.
do not want to speak for God at all. So I really.
Oh, yeah,
don't
that's
wanna-
a good point. That's
I
a
really
good
don't
point.
want to go on the record and say anything, but I would in my personal life say that I do, like, from a personal, like, moral understanding, I definitely would say that choosing not to kill would be the right thing to do.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point that you made right now. I think you should keep that point in your pockets.
Yeah. I don't know, because I don't disagree with. I think veganism is really healthy as well. Like I think
Yeah,
it's
sure.
super good on. I think it's environmentally friendly, and I think it's healthy, and it's.
So what's
the
your
ethics,
argument to not? Is it just like comfort and
Mostly how I
taste?
eat is vegan, just because of the way that my family eats. But it's because I like to be able to go to my grandma's and not be like, I'm not going to eat this food that you made for me,
Okay.
or it's like. I'm gonna grab some lunch in my cafeteria and we're having soup with meat in it, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna eat that still. You know what I mean? Like I do it not because I do shut off that part of my brain that thinks about the animal behind it, and I say that this is really convenient and very
Yeah.
fast and very, and I do it, and it's terrible, but I still do.
But okay, so that's interesting. I mean, I love the fact that you're willing to agree to the fact that it's not good for the animals.
Right.
Because
right.
that's at least that's a honesty that
Right.
is most people don't share this honesty. Most people kind of lie to themselves and say, I don't know, so I don't care.
Yeah.
We talked about respect earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think it's respectful to kill someone if you don't have to?
If I had to.
If you don't have to?
If I don't have to, no. But I do not view animals and humans the same.
No,
I don't
you don't
value
have
them
to.
the
You don't
same.
have to. So I would never kill a human being.
Right.
I would never kill an animal.
Right.
But if I had to survive,
Yeah.
then that's a different thing. If
Right.
somebody pointed a gun to my face and I had to point a gun to their face first, I might have.
Yeah.
And if I would starve to death unless I ate the animal, maybe I would.
Yeah.
But that's not a moral question. That's about survival. So the question I'm really asking is, if you don't have to kill to survive, is it respectful to kill?
It does come down to Christianity, because we were created in God's image. I don't believe that all animals were.
Oh, we were put here, the animals we were put here to reign over, right?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but where does that mean kill when you don't have to? I mean, I don't see that as fitting within the concept.
Yeah, yeah. But
But even if we agree that humans and animals or non-human animals and human animals are different,
right.
even if we agree that, the only thing we're asking here is, so we're killing these animals for convenience and for taste
Right.
and for tradition.
Right.
Are these good enough arguments? I mean, even if we are so much more valuable, they're still mistreated and
Yeah.
killed for something that's not a big value for us. So we
Right.
take everything from them to create a small value for us, because we can change that value
Yeah.
with beans, with products you buy in the stores, and the animals would be better off, and we would be better off, and the
Yeah.
environment would be better
Yeah.
off. So I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot here.
Yeah,
I
definitely,
I think these are interesting questions, and
Yeah. No, it's definitely interesting.
cool.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
My name is Daniel. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Miriam.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Lynn. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.